woman has alleged that her ex-partner set her shop on fire after she ended what she described as a toxic relationship. According to the woman, the incident happened shortly after she decided to break up with the man. She claimed that the fire destroyed items in her shop, causing significant losses. Let's see the footage. Welcome back. If you are just joining, it's Trending O'Clock and it's Friday's edition of Trending. You know, it promises to be super special. Thank God it's Friday. Of course, you know, I am Mercy Erabo, and once it's trending, I can never be alone in the studio. Who is joining us this beautiful morning? No other person but Mr. Michael Gubaja. Mr. Michael,
Well, anyway,
thank you
Friday
for
edition of Trending is always interesting. It's more
Mhm.
like we saving the best for the last.
For the last, right?
Mhm.
All
That's
right.
what it is.
Without wasting much of our time, let's just dive straight into our top stories for today. A Nigerian man, Adebayo Oluwanifemi, has shared his experience after he says he was arrested and detained for 9 days following comments he made about charges by fintech company Moniepoint. According to Oluwanifemi, he aired his opinion online about transaction charges on the platform. He claims that shortly after, security operatives arrested him in Lagos and transported him to Abuja, where he was held in detention. Let's see the footage.
Closed or opened up meeting with Moniepoint executives, and then I'm not sure you mentioned how long were you detained for?
How long I was detained for? I spent, on my calculation from Wednesday, I spent a week and 2 days in detention. That's 9 days in total, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that was the number of days I spent in detention legally. Right from Lagos here to Abuja, 9 days in detention before I was released.
The incident has sparked conversations online about customers' rights, freedom of expression, and how companies respond to public criticism. As discussions continue, many Nigerians are asking whether expressing dissatisfaction with service charges should ever lead to an arrest. Again, Nigeria. And that's why when you hear people say, yes, freedom of speech is free, but freedom after speech is not guaranteed. And it's things like this. Like, I don't think it's wrong for somebody to come out and express dissatisfaction with whatever service this person is getting. So why then go ahead to arrest this person? Why not give them some form of explanations or something? Why go ahead to, and this is not the first time we're having things like this. There's a girl, a particular girl that is currently still in custody. I think she's 17 now. She's been there since last year, about 2 years ago, because she came out to talk about a particular company of which she was arrested, and currently she's still in custody. And this again, coming out to talk about the charges, it's something that the company can actually just give us explanations for. Why are we being charged excessively? Instead, they went ahead to arrest him and then spending 9 days in police custody. This is a no-no, Mr. Michael.
Well, yeah. Anyways, I rather want to take it in this direction. Yeah, nobody will support such detention. But I also plead with Nigerians to also always use the channel of complaint rather than going online to lay such complaint. There are always channels, irrespective of which company it is. There are always channels you can lay your complaint, and which the company will definitely want to address them. Because when they are not now being addressed, then you can find other legal means, knowing that that also still puts you on your right to address them. But you know, going on air, saying things that the company will feel would in every way hurt their business will be something that they might just really come out for you. But irrespective, we do not support such detention. And like you said, it really highlights customers' rights and indeed a public expression of dissatisfaction. We seem to linger. You agree with me that in many sectors in Nigeria, Nigerians are really going through a whole lot.
A lot, yeah.
Be it power, be it even on transportation, be it even the basic. And now talking about business with the fintech company coming out. Not to do the needful, but I'll plead with Nigerians. If you have any dissatisfaction that concerns any service being rendered to you, please follow the right channel, so at least at the end we do not see this. And even if it happens, you know you're on your rights and you can sue for damages.
Well, I feel like most people need faster response. They feel like if they use the right channels, they might not get that response they want. But if they go on social media, if they go on social media, they would be fast to get response. Why? Because they are trying to protect their reputation and all of that. But I feel like this is a no-no. It is totally wrong. Arresting a customer because they're coming out to express their dissatisfaction on your transactional charges, it's a no-no. Well, this story is still a developing story as we're still waiting for more updates from the fintech company. Away from that very story, a pastor's wife, Unyime Basi, has been arrested by Cross River State Police Command for allegedly assaulting her 5-year-old niece, Edith Young, at her residence in Calabar. Reports say the child, who allegedly helps care for Mrs. Bassi's youngest child, Blessing, had been subjected to repeated physical abuse over minor issues. The case came to public attention after disturbing images and videos of the child surfaced online. Police say the suspect has been taken into custody and investigations are ongoing. The incident has sparked outrage and renewed calls for stronger protection of children against abuse. When I saw the story, I was just like, this 5-year-old niece, where is her mother? Okay, maybe, just maybe, the mother is late. Maybe she doesn't have a mother or something. But a 5-year-old is still a baby that also needs babysitting. But this baby is now babysitting another baby. And then you get to wonder what exactly is happening. And then this child is even outdoing herself, trying to babysit another baby. And then she's being maltreated whenever she committed minor offenses and all of that. This child is still a baby. Why beating her? Like, this child is yet to know her rights from her wrong. And then she's being maltreated for minor issues. And then by a pastor's wife. And then you get to wonder, when you go to church on Sunday, what exactly do you preach? Knowing fully well that you're busy assaulting a 5-year-old child that was supposed to be protected by you. You are assaulting this child. And you know this funniest, do you know the funniest part about this whole thing, Mr. Michael? People like this, they would hold their own babies like eggs. Nothing would go near their own child. But when it comes to someone else's child, well, it's not their child. It's not their child. So why not?
This story has all shades of red flags in a sense that, yeah, you talked about it. The baby is still a baby. 5 years old is still a baby. And, but what is even far more disturbing and what I'm even more concerned about, apart from the assault, is the issue that is your niece, that you are related to this child, yet you give him such physical abuse. Now imagine if that child was not even related to her, what would have been the outcome?
Should have killed the child.
So that's where my fear lies. This goes to show you that irrespective of whether it's your relation or not your relation, your number one priority in life from God is you taking care of a child. Giving out your children on the need of, help me train her, help me do this, is not advised at this time. It is not right. I'll plead with parents, if you have issues that concerns financial problem, I would say this, and I'll say it in a very local term, even if it's Gary, drink in peace with your children. And you see how they grow under your care. But having them go turn to adults on the sake that for your own misrepresentation and your own irresponsibility is not right. Giving out your children is not the best way. Please, if you don't know how to take care of them, do me a favor, zip up.
This is a very sad and disturbing story, knowing fully well that a 5-year-old is still a baby that needs babysitting, that needs protection, that needs monitoring, but is busy protecting and monitoring and babysitting another baby. It's a very, very sad story, but like we know, the suspect is in police custody right now and investigations are ongoing. And if she's been found guilty of all of these allegations, well, we know she has to face the consequences. Away from that very story, there was drama after a motorist allegedly pinned the hand of a police officer with his car door during a confrontation on the road. Reports say the incident happened when the officer attempted to force the driver's car open during an encounter. A video of the incident has since circulated online, sparking mixed reactions from Nigerians on social media. Let's get to see the footage together.
You are doing. No wahala.
You are already enough. Before borders named you, before history wounded you.
While some say the driver acted in self-defense, others argue that the situation highlights the need for both motorists and law enforcement officers to handle road confrontations more calmly. Authorities have not yet released full details about this very incident. Hoops again, the police, but this time around, Mr.
They are
Michael.
the receiving end.
But I feel
They've
like
been pinned down.
I feel like it's not something to laugh about. But I don't know why I'm laughing. But I just feel like when you see people reacting this way, it's because of what they've been seeing before now. Before now, people used to be scared of police officers, law enforcement officers generally, they're always scared of them. But now when you see people revolting, people trying to do whatever it is just to protect themselves, and would you blame them? Because every day we come here to call on the Nigerian police, seeing assault, harassment, and everything going on. We come here to call on the Nigerian police, but it's as if nothing is being done. It's as if we're not being heard. Now people are trying to fight for themselves, in as much as I feel like this is too extreme. I have never really felt pity for any police officer, but this very footage, the moment I saw it, I was just feeling bad for this police officer. Like, no, you don't have to do that, Mr. Michael.
No, you know, honestly, what I wanted to see was two things. Number one, I wanted to see the police officer's face. Immediately it was pinned. And number two, how he begged the driver to please let him go. On the money, it sounds funny. It is also not advisable.
It's not advisable,
Please, I would beg Nigerians, do not take the laws into your hands. There was no need you doing that. And to the police officer, please, the right and proper way is not you putting your hand inside someone's vehicle. The best thing you can do if you
most
flag
times
him
once
down,
they're putting their hand, they want to take the car keys.
flag
and
him
all of
down, tell him to come out of his vehicle. That's the proper channel. That's the best way you can handle it. It shows that the unprofessional attitude of some officers are indeed their own undoing. And that's what we saw there, a reflection of it. But, you know, like you said, Nigerians seem to be going too far as it concerns now defending themselves, especially from the aggression of the Nigerian police force. I'd rather put the force to end it. So we'll just please, when it comes to issue of confrontation, thank God, at least the police officers were cool-headed.
Well, they saw the camera, why not? You know, these days, even when they're acting...
irrespective of whether there was camera or not, they will feel you attacked them, they did this, so they had to also use equal or more violent force to let go of his hand, which they would have done. But please, that's why I beg you, do not argue with a man with a gun. Please be civil around a man with a gun. So at the end, we do not come here to trend on story that touch.
Yes, story that touches the heart. And that's why we keep saying we need the law enforcement agencies to be civil with their when dealing with civilians. And the civilians need to even be more civil when dealing with these law enforcement agencies. Like we know, the Nigerian police force are yet to release an official statement regarding these issues, and once they do, we'll definitely
maybe their hand is still pinned down about it. So when they release their hand about the issue,
they will release official statement, right? Okay, so we're waiting until the hands are unpinned. Away from that very story, Nigerian content creator Deka George is mourning the loss of his pregnant sister after alleging that a general hospital lacked oxygen needed to save her life. According to George, the incident happened at a government-owned hospital where doctors reportedly said there was no oxygen available at the time she needed urgent care. The heartbreaking account has since spread widespread reactions, with many Nigerians calling for better medical infrastructure and emergency resources in public hospitals. The incident has also renewed conversations about the challenges facing Nigerians' healthcare system. This is not the first time we're coming out to talk about the lack of infrastructure in Nigerian healthcare system, but this is a very sad one, knowing fully well that this is a government-owned hospital. Like, how on earth would a government-owned hospital lack oxygen? How would a government-owned hospital lack oxygen? This is a very sad story, a very disturbing story that I feel like it's a slap on our face. Imagine international bodies, people in diaspora and all of that, hearing stories like this, that people are still dying in 2026 due to lack of oxygen in hospitals. A government-owned hospital at that, Mr. Michael. This is quite disturbing story.
Well, it is, and it's a pure reflection of the deep-rooted corruption, especially as it concerns basic government parastatals and institutions. You know, you might be amazed that when you look into the budget properly, you see that even provisions were made not just for one cylinder of oxygen, but for almost 20 for a month. But yet there was none to show for it. It goes to show you the deep-rooted infrastructural decay, especially in our public health sector. If you go to some of these hospitals, you'll be wondering, do people really survive these facilities they see on ground? Do they even survive within this environment of death that is reflecting over their head? You know, some hospitals, when you go, you want to live long. You see the air is clean, then, oh, you're like, oh God, I am here to get healed. But there are some go,
hospitals,
you just know that, guy, I might not come back again. All
because
those
the environment
alone greets you to say, welcome to a stage before the afterlife. That's how it is. And it's quite disturbing and a sad narrative. Losing not just a mother, but a mother and a child.
Due to lack of
it's really
oxygen.
sad. I just, my heart goes out to the husband and the father to be, that never be.
I can't believe we're having issues like this in 2026. That's the whole thing that is shocking to me. Like, we can't be having issues like this if we're fighting insecurity, banditry, and all of that. We know that's what we're fighting in 2026. We cannot still be fighting for basic amenities which the governments were supposed to provide. And people are dying because of lack of these things in healthcare centers. Well, it's quite very, very disturbing. And our hearts goes out to the families and the loved ones of the victim. We hope that God consoles them in this difficult time. And we hope that that very state government does something about this, because we're yet to get an official statement from them. Let's hope we get an official statement. And even from the hospital, let's see if they come out to clear the air about what is going on. Away from that very story, a woman has alleged that her ex-partner set her shop on fire after she ended what she described as a toxic relationship. According to the woman, the incident happened shortly after she decided to break up with the man. She claimed that the fire destroyed items in her shop, causing significant losses. Let's see the footage. A story surfaced online and has since sparked strong reactions, with many people condemning the alleged act. Toxic relationship, living a yes, we come here every day to say, if the relationship is toxic, please leave. Leave in order to live. But at this point, when men start taking laws into their hands, it's quite disturbing. Yes, and that's why I keep telling women, go for real men. Because now I know some persons may try to defend it, saying, what if the man actually had that shop set up for her? Even if you do, it is, how do they say, just count your losses and move on. Yes, you did it for her out of love. And now that it is a failed business, you should just count your losses and go. You don't have to go about, now that you burned down the shop, is there anything you gain from it? Does it profit you anything to burn down that shop? It will not bring the lady back. It will not bring back your money. It will not bring back anything to you. This is still talking about real men, Mr. Michael.
Well, anyway, I rather stick with you on this and talk about a need for...
First time ever.
No, I will not in any way condone arson. And honestly, something that is against the law should not be condoned in any way. But irrespective of that, we did not get to hear from her whether this guy has been arrested. Have she laid a public complaint to the police on account of it? You can't be coming on social media and be getting the sympathy of persons when you need to make an arrest. Go arrest him and let him face the law. Yeah, let him face the long arm of the law, and and justice will be done. Because if we get justice on things like this, many of these persons perpetrating such foolishness will end and desist from doing it. So I will plead with her, rather than getting sympathy. Sympathy will not help you rebuild the store. Sympathy will not give you justice. Go report to the needed authority, get him arrested. But that aside, you know, it's better that the shop was burnt than her life that was taken. So it's also a clear reflection that if you start noticing it, this is where people get it wrong. You feel, oh, if he's attacking you, it's your fault, maybe it's something you did, all of that, or you change him. People do not change. they only even get worse even after deep into the relationship or into marriage. So the best thing is, why not let go? And please also, for those ladies that would, okay, oh, seek the help of a man to arrange the store, after that you don't pay him and tell him, oh, the contract is over. Please be guided with your actions, both those receiving and giving. Please be guided with your actions, so we do not have stories that touch at the end of it.
Yes, so we do not have stories, and that's why we tell ladies it's right. It is very right and very normal to be independent. Yes, we know you need a man that has money. People would say, yes, I need an odogu, but let it be like a bonus to
It
you.
means
Not-
they always look
not-
at it as a means to a gain, a means to a livelihood, a means to move forward. Please don't use
That's
people
like
like that,
you hear
because some
some
of them
girls-
are not stable with their mentality. They can go to every length to prove a point, and which is not naturally.
You hear some girls, they would say, I have a boyfriend for recharge card, I have a boyfriend for electricity bill, I have a boyfriend for this, I have a boyfriend. That's a means to, again, like Mr. Michael said, and it's wrong. That's why we hear things like this. But if it's, I'm sure, like you said, that she has not, we do not know if she has actually filed a report for this case. What if she just feels like, oh, my money is not there? He actually, it's money, so there's no need to doing that.
Irrespective of,
So
they don't own the
that's why-
building,
that's why-
please make that report. if she's
Exactly.
not
So
done.
I feel like she should do that very report. Let's make sure that arrest is made to help other people deter from such acts. But this is where we have to wrap things up on trending. It's been super, super amazing, and all thanks to Mr. Michael for always making it exciting for our viewers, Mr.
Well,
Michael.
anyway, I also need to commend you always doing this and getting some juicy stories that are interesting, educative, but indeed inspiring. I also appreciate you for that, and also for having me. It's been an honor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. Of course, you know you can be part of this discussion through the comment sections of all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV. Thank God it's Friday. I am super excited about the weekend. I know you're excited about the weekend too. Well, until I come your way again, I remain Mercy Erabo. Have a blessed weekend.